Good morning, Kapotaku. Welcome back. Hopefully y'all are doing well. I'm Gross Monkey. I'm here to do the live just like we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 a.m. Hopefully I'm catching y'all at a good time. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Looks like kind of going sideways right now on the charts. Nothing crazy happening. Had a nice break up yesterday into this morning today. So, well, I guess actually that was this morning, huh? Only on the 5-minute. So after our Dan move yesterday, we actually came back and we're basically sitting same area that we were yesterday. So really not a whole lot of movement. One of the differences though is that we are above that 21 and 200. So nice for us. That's a bullish thing on the 15 at least. Nice, some nice price action I guess last night. Well, nice price action if you're looking for more of a bullish move. Yeah, hopefully y'all had a good day trading yesterday. After we jumped out of our trade, it ended up actually, well, it came up real hard. Almost took us back to zero, really, if we were still in it, and then it broke down. But we did get out on our system, get out on the 5-minute 21 cross, so that was our trade there. We got out on this candle here when we got that close above the 5-minute 21, and then we ended up actually breaking down a little farther and then broke back up and then continued down. So our system always says get on the 521 though, so that's what we did. That's why we got out. Still made some money. I think we made 0.24, so nothing like crazy, but you still would have made $24 on 100, so not too bad. Obviously not like the craziest move ever, but it's not bad. Good trade. It's always a good trade when you follow the system. So that's kind of what we were looking at yesterday. If you guys want to see a bigger breakdown of this whole entire move and the trades throughout it, with talking about like how the battle box kind of showed what we were doing and talked us through it, go ahead and check out our recap. We have it coming out at 10, just like every day. Recap for yesterday coming out at 10. It's got all that stuff, and then also a bunch of TA just so you guys can learn more. It's always helpful to watch somebody that is more experienced just do TA on the market. Helps you kind of figure out like what's going on, what you want to do, how you like to do TA, stuff like that. So make sure you check out that if you guys are interested. And yeah, other than that, we should just jump right into it, I guess. So I'm going to head on over to our GPT here. We'll see if it goes right today. Yesterday we had a weird, I don't know if it was a glitch, I guess, or if they updated the GPT, but it tried to throw the daily market review out to me before I even gave it anything. So it was like really old data. So we'll see if it does it again today or if it's going to give us what it's supposed to give us. All right, so it is going to do it again today. So basically, I guess right now, this is what's going to happen whenever you click generate daily market recap. Obviously, it made a daily market recap, but it's definitely off because you can see, like this says 66.2K. That's way off from price action. 68.9. I mean, these are just way off of what we got for today. So we're gonna actually say this data is way out of date. And sometimes, this might happen with AI. And now it's going to tell me this a bunch of random stuff and send me the chart. So let's say what do what do I need to send you to make a more up-to-date DMR? All right, sweet. So that's what we got to get. All of this stuff, which we always do this on the live, and I already have done this a ton of times, so I could probably just tell you how to do it. But if you guys are trying to use the AI and can't figure out like what you need to send it, you can just obviously ask it, just like I just did. Super easy. The nice thing about AI is you basically could ask it whatever, and more than likely it'll give you some kind of options, or it'll teach you how to do it. Especially with ours, we're trying to train ours to be able to teach people kind of just how to learn TA, how to utilize the TA they already know, that kind of thing. So feel free to ask it whatever. We're always open to it too, so just jump on our live or jump on our videos, do a little comment, tell us like what maybe you thought was not good, or what you liked about it, and just let us know, give us some feedback. It's always nice, always appreciated. And we're going to try to keep it as up to date as we can here. But yeah, for right now, looks like this is kind of what you have to do, is just ask it what do you need to send it for the DMR. If you even want it, I mean, you can just send it the stuff and it will make you a DMR. But if you don't know how to, or don't know what to send it, you can just go ahead and ask it this kind of thing. It'll bring it up here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head, actually we're going to do our news first, like normal, and then we're going to head into our screenshots and get our FRPs here. But starting off, we'll go get those net news. So we're going to open up our Google here, or whatever web browser you use, and we're going to go to this cryptocraft.com. And you can see it already on my screen, but cryptocraft.com /calendar, and this will open up this thing here. So this is what your screen will kind of look like. You got this calendar over here on the side, which you can pick the date. If you look at this middle section right here right now, it's basically just going to be all of the news events for the month that you're in. So obviously like the 1st all the way to the 30th this month. But if you want to see the specific day, you can go over the calendar and just click on the day. So today is the 12th. We'll go ahead and open up the 12th, and you can see now we just got our news for just for today. So the 9:45 we got some people talking at 2:50 and 3:20. Also people are talking. None of these are really anything crazy, which you can tell just by this impact here. So these are all 3 yellow. Yellow is actually the lowest impact, lowest suspected impact. So it's really something we don't really worry about. If it's orange, that means it's more of a higher impact. That's something to kind of watch for. And then if it's red, it's the most high impact. If you go ahead and hover over it, it will tell you what impact is expected as well. So hovering over it, it's just low impact, so nothing crazy. We are still in a government shutdown as well, so that can affect different different things on here. So if it says tentative, that means that it could be affected by the government shutdown. But we're just going to take that screenshot here. So just take a screenshot of this little section here. Nice and easy. And then we'll head back to our GPT here, and we'll just throw that screenshot right in there. That's what the screenshot looks like, just a little nice screenshot of that section. If you want you to get one like this, you choose the snipping tool. You can also just take a screenshot of the full screen. It's not that big of a deal. AI will be able to figure it out. We'll send that one in though, and then we're going to start off with getting our different screenshots for the time frames. So right now, on my chart, I already got the different levels on here for yesterday, actually. And we're going to take my trade off here. Whoops. I'm going to close out my levels. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to head to that 4 hour, and you're going to zoom out a little bit. And then we're going to auto all of them just so they're nice and clean. Yep, just like that. And get a little bit of history. And then we're just going to screenshot them one by one. So starting with that 4 hour, screenshot, put it into our GPT, and then just move down the list. This part's pretty simple. It depends on how you want to take your screenshot, I guess. If you're on Windows, you can just press Windows key Shift and S, and that'll just give you the snipping tool, the screenshot tool. You could also search up snipping tool in your search bar down there. But I find it easiest just to hit the speed key, Windows key Shift and S. Once you get all 4 screenshots in there, then we're going to move on to the FRVPs. So these are pretty easy to draw in there as well. Basically what the FRVP is the fixed range volume profile. It's just basically a math equation based off of volume, and it will give us a couple of lines, and we're just going to mark them on our chart. It's essentially all that we're doing. And the lines, what they're going to be is they're going to be support and resistance lines. So whenever you see, if you don't know what support and resistance is, basically just a point in the chart where you're going to see some kind of, you're going to see the chart kind of like slow down and have to kind of break through for whatever reason. Sometimes it's because it's just a big fat number, and like, you know, people trade, that's why the charts move. So when people see that like 106,000 or something, then they're like, oh no, that's like a big round number. I'm gonna get out of my position or whatever. So then you see the price kind of like slow down because it's like everybody's starting to all of a sudden just sell off the positions. And then you, like, sometimes when you break it, you'd see like buyers come in and buy it back up. Or you could see a rejection, which would be all the sellers just come in and people start selling it back down, so you don't actually break the 106. And it could be for any reasons, like I said, like could be people are just worried about it. Could be, you know, back here we had this low here, and people don't want to go past that low, so they start buying like right at that low because that's the lowest they think it's going to go. Whatever it is, that's kind of support and resistance, just an area where the chart you start to see some kind of I guess hesitation or reversals. But basically this is just math based, so just kind of throws it out there for us. So we're going to go, the tool we're going to use is from the crosshair. You're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then click over and go to fixed range volume profile, and this will be our tool basically for it. Nice and easy because it's just named the same thing as the lines that we're drawing. Fixed range volume profile lines, same thing. Basically we're going to go though to yesterday at 12 UTC. So for me that's going to be 12 minus 6, it'll be 6 for me in Texas here. So we're going to go to 6 and then draw it out to 6 this morning. So 6 yesterday to 6 this morning. And ooh, that was too far. That was Monday. So 6 yesterday, not 6 2 days ago. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my lines. So I already have my 24-hour lines on here. If you're interested in getting these lines, just Alt-J. Just like that, go to settings, and you can change them however you'd like. Change the line style, change the text that's on it. Pretty much anything, you can go mess around in there. We do have videos covering that kind of stuff, so check out our channel if you're interested in maybe getting a little more info or you're confused by how it works, you can go ahead and check those out. But yeah, we'll throw our lines on here, and then all we have to do is we're going to need 3 lines. One's going to be our volume area high, the other one's going to be our POC or point of control, and then our last one is going to be our volume area low, which is volume area low. So whenever you line these up, you're going to want to just line them up with the 3 lines that are on there. So you got red line, you got a yellow line, and a blue line. And basically we're just going to take the volume area high, we'll line it up with the red one. Your point of control or POC is going to be on the yellow, and then your volume area low will be on that blue line all the way at the bottom. And once you get those lined up, that's essentially all you need to do for the FRVP levels. So now we have them on here, and we can go ahead and get our morning ones. So for the morning ones, we're going to take our same tool that we used earlier that we already have on the chart, and we're going to grab the little dot on the back here and just move it up from 6 yesterday all the way to 2 this morning. Or it'd be, it'd be 8 to 12, I guess, technically. Or yeah, I guess 8 to 12 would be kind of what we're running on UTC. So -6, obviously it would be 2 to 6 for me. But we'll throw it on that 2 there all the way to 6, and that'll be our morning levels. So you can go ahead and turn those on, drop them down here, just like that. Oh, sorry, we're actually going to go 3 to 7. I don't know if this will change it that much. Or no, it'd be 6 to 6. Yeah, because it's right now we got that time zone thing that just happened, and AI is still confused. So yeah, 2 to 6 is what we're looking at. You can see the same thing here, so we'll just line up our levels. So POC is going to be on yellow, red's volume area high, and blue is volume area low. Once we get these on there, just nice and easy. You don't have to be exact, because those support and resistances I was talking about, they're always zones. So as long as you get it fairly close, you'll be on point. You won't have to worry about it too much. Yeah, we'll throw those on there though. You can go ahead and delete your FRVP levels here now. And now we got all 6 lines on here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my, well, actually, I'm just going to turn them all on. I'm missing one. Oh, there we go. Forgot to turn it on. So basically, the easiest way to do this next step is you're going to want to open your object tree. So I've already been messing with it on the live, but if you go over here to the right, there's a couple of different tools. You got your watch list, your alerts, and then right below that is your object tree. So it'll be the little box, like looks like 2 boxes stacked on top of each other. That's kind of what we're looking at. That's what we want. So we'll grab that. Once you open it, it'll look like this, and then, well, it will look sort of like this. You'll just see all the lines on here that are on your chart. You can go ahead and organize them, rename them, whatever you want. Even put them into folders like I have here. That way you can just turn them on and off whenever you want. But that just makes it, this is just the easiest way to get this to the settings really fast, because if you just double click on them, you can open the settings. So we're actually going to open the settings, go to coordinates, and then we're going to head back to our GPT. And our GPT, we're going to want to set up the GPT basically to get the levels. So what I like to do is just do FRVP levels. Wow, can't type. And then go down twice. So shift and enter is going to take you down. If you just press enter, you'll actually send it in. So make sure you press shift. 24-hour, and then volume area high, VOC, and volume area low. Then morning, same thing. Volume area high, VOC, volume area low. And then we'll do another section for the 30-minute candle. High and high and low. And this will just make it easy for us to see. If you wanted, you could just be like, 24-hour, volume area high, POC, and volume area low, and then just put the numbers like right in between these. AI will be able to figure it out. I just prefer to have it a little more spaced out so I can actually see what I'm doing, and it makes it easy to kind of find where I'm at and copy and paste. And also, if I mess up something on here, it's really easy to kind of go back and see what I actually messed up on. So keeping them like this makes it nice and easy. Anyways, we're going to head back to our GPT here. I'm going to open up our line. So 24-hour volume area high is what we're going to start with. Should already be on coordinates if you did it earlier, but go to coordinates if you didn't. And then it should highlight this for you. You can just go ahead and copy that. This is the coordinates of where our bar's at, so what price it's at. And that'll just be an easy way basically to copy and paste them all. We're going to start with that 24-hour volume area high. If you are trying to do it with the lines on the chart, I would recommend taking off the ones you don't want. So starting with like the 24-hour and just going through and getting those. But since we're doing it over here and I already have mine marked off over here, I can just go ahead and double click and I'll get the one that I want. But I'm going to go down the list. So I'm going to start with that 24-hour one. You can just paste it in there and do the same thing for all of them. So open it up, copy it, and paste it. And the cool thing too is once you get to the coordinates tab once, it will always open up in that until you change it. So as long as I just keep opening them and copying them, it'll always stay in that coordinates, and I can just keep going right through them. Just open it up, copy, and then paste it. Nice and easy. Last one, do that 24-hour volume area low. Just like that. And then now all we need to do is get that 30-minute candle. So the easiest way to get this 30-minute candle, well, obviously we're going to head to the 30-minute chart. We're going to do the 7:30 candle. And what we're going to do is over here in the object tree, at the very top it says object tree. You can also click on data window. So that's what we're going to do is open up that data window. And then right below the date and the time, you're going to see this box, and you can have, or over it will highlight it. And it will have the high and the low here. And basically we're going to go to that 7:30 candle and we're going to get the high and the low. So the high is going to be 105, 136, 105, 136. And I just put that in the GPT, you can see it. And then we're going to do it again. 730, 104, 784. That'll be our low. So 104, 784. And that's it. That's all we need for our battle box here. You can also input the weekly FRBP levels. You can ask the AI how to do that if you're interested in doing that. Just for the sake of the live, we're just going to make it simpler and skip those. They are optional. As same with the news, it's also optional. I think the news is just easy to grab, so I went ahead and grabbed it, and it's helpful too. Yeah, so basically we got our things in there. We're just gonna go ahead and send it in and see kind of what's going on. See what we got for reals in the market instead of just random whatever in the battle box, whatever day it thinks it is. All right, it wants me to confirm something. Interesting. So it's asking So we did actually build it for this. And it's just interesting that it's asking it. But if you are still learning and you want to have like a better, nicer version, or well, I wouldn't say nicer, but a more like in-depth, detailed version of the DMR, you can go ahead and ask it for a teaching edition. So I'll actually run through that right now, but the typical one we use is the like pro format, I guess you could say. So like just the one, it'll have less information, but it's just kind of assuming that you know like what it's talking about when it's talking. And then the teaching one just explains stuff in more detail, so that way it's a lot easier to kind of read through and just figure out like what exactly you want to see, or like why are we talking about this line, or why are we doing this. It'll just explain that. Make sure I type DMR right. Now it'll probably think for a little bit for our answers. They must have updated it to like think more. Because recently it's been thinking quite a bit. But it's all right. Uh, well, hopefully y'all are doing well today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe so I can get this live out to more people. More people can see it. More people can learn to trade. We are focused on getting everybody able to take trades and just learn how to read TA and yeah, that kind of thing. Again, we're just here for educational purposes only. No financial advice from us, but yeah, we do want to teach people, so educate people, I guess. So that's kind of what we're here for. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. That way more people can see us. All right, so you can see the DMR here, I guess. So we got so different time frames with the TA for all of them, and then below you kind of got like little explanation, kind of helping you see what's going on. Different support levels, and then obviously like it just has a lot of different little explanations thrown here on like why we even have these or what matters, like why would you have this in here, kind of thing. Trade strategies with explanations on them. News. So if we are interested in this, the news, which a lot of times when I'm taking the screenshot, I'm kind of looking at it because, excuse me, sometimes on here it'll kind of get mixed up and think something is going to be a higher impact than it really was. So I always kind of look at it and kind of make sure that it's going to be all right. Execution considerations, so stuff to kind of check out. And then if you did throw the weekly zone stuff in here, it'll come up right here, and then YAML levels are below this. So you can see the teaching edition, same thing as the other one. The only difference is you get a little more information on like basically why we have this, why we have that, like why would you throw this level, not that level, that kind of thing. And even if you use the Pro Edition, just feel free, ask the battle box questions about it. It will be able to answer pretty much all your questions. Anything it can't answer or doesn't answer well, you can just go ahead and ask us on the live or on our videos, and we'll go ahead and try to answer it as best we can. But yeah, we'll just jump in with some TA here. So I'm gonna read the different time frames here as we go through them, and then I'll kind of do a little TA on the side after that. So we'll start off with that 4 hour. So the 4 hour, the DMR says price rebounded off early week dip and is pressing back to the MA ribbon. MA ribbon would be well, I guess probably more than likely it's talking about this 200. If I was going to say ribbon, I would think of more of the MAs kind of all together, but they're pretty spread out right now, so I'm guessing it's meaning more towards this like blue and yellow one here. Translation: buyers defend the pullback, but the bigger trend still has an overhead work to do. All right. So, just based off TA, we kind of got a nice little drop here. A couple weeks ago, I guess beginning of this month, we got a drop from the 200 down. Broke the 200, broke the 21, continued down through it. Now we're kind of getting that break back above the 21, but we are forming a sort of upwards ascending wedge, I guess you could say, pattern, which is typically a continuation powered pattern for the downside. So we could see it continue down to 89k. If we had, I don't know, I don't think we'll see that, but we could see that continuation down to 89k. Right now we are sitting right above the 21 on the 4 hour, but we could see some more price action upwards. If we stay above this thing, above this 21, we'll see a kind of pattern like this form. So we'll see it kind of break in, and then hopefully break up, because this pattern is a 50-50 pattern, and we know it's a good pattern because it's made by our moving averages. So, and moving averages are basically just moving support and resistance, if that makes sense. So it's a math equation that changes every day. So depending on how big the moving averages are, I guess you'd say. So like the 21 is the history of 21 candles, and then it averages it, and that's where you get the line from. Same thing with the 200. So every day it averages the next 200, like the candle that just got put in averages that and 200 candles back, and then that's where the average is basically. And same thing for the 21, it does the same thing, but 21 for 21 candles back, and that's the average. So basically moving support and resistance. Obviously the more candles you have back, the stronger the resistance or support is. So the 200s can be stronger than the 21, but these are kind of our favorite ones, so we'll kind of use these more than I believe blues 100 and then 80 and 50. We'll use more than those. But when you do see these kind of make a nice pattern, that's typically a pretty strong pattern, because you're kind of seeing the moving averages almost. Obviously you are seeing the moving average. You're seeing the support and resistance kind of make a nice little pattern there. So it's nice to see. It kind of confirms that pattern. Going down to the MACD, we are seeing a little bit of loss of momentum here. Two pinks, so looking to flip it to the upside here. That's a possible move. RSI did start to curl down, but now we are actually above that yellow or the slower moving average, so might see a possible curl back and continue upwards. Stochs are also firing off here as well. Stochs though not too big, not too strong on the longer time frame, so it's not something that we're going to be necessarily banking anything on. That's just kind of there. Moving down to that 1 hour. So for the 1 hour, the battle box says price has reclaimed the 21 and 200 cluster and is building a shallow base. That's constructive, but needs to follow through above today's morning highs to avoid another fade. All right. So essentially, we're building a. We reclaimed the 221 here, so we came up, broke through it, and we had a nice little up move, and now we're seeing a little bit of a pullback. So that's a good thing, but it's basically saying we need to break through our high here, our volume high, and continue up, possibly break through this 106 level to see a nice little bit of a confirmed up move, I guess. MACD is actually flipping to the downside. You can see that we're losing some momentum here with the light green on the histogram, and you can see the blue is kind of curling over towards the orange line. RSI is building up, continue upwards. So you can see we're at 50 right now, so we have pretty much a whole half of it to go before we kind of max out and start looking for that downside or looking for that flip. Typically when the RSI flips, it is either at the top or at the bottom. Obviously, sometimes it moves, depending. It just curls over. It doesn't really always move at the top or the bottom. You just assume that it most likely will continue up to the top or continue to the bottom. But we are at that 50 line, so we have a lot of room to go up. We also have room, I guess, to curl over and go back down. So really more bullish than bearish as of this second, but we could see some sideways movement here and then flip to more of a bearish movement. We'll have to kind of watch it. Stochs are telling us we're about to go down, but again, longer time frame, Stochs don't matter too much. Moving on to the 15. So the 15 prices above both the 21 and the 200 SMAs. We got bullish bias. If we hold the morning volume area and put it in 2 50-minute closes beyond the breakout level, momentum can extend. So we actually broke down below the 21 here, like recently. So could be that when I sent the charts, we were above it, but now we're below it. Below the 21 at least. We were still above the 200, so still above the stronger of the two. But typically, when you see us break below the 21, we might see a curl and then a push down. So kind of have to watch it here, but basically if we get that break here and close above this twice, we're looking for that 5-minute retest and trade up. Doesn't look like we're going to get that because we do have a MACD flipping to the downside. You're seeing four red candles, typically in about 8 or so in each momentum continuation, I guess. So we got 4. We still got another 4 to go technically before you start seeing some of that loss in momentum. Will it go all the way to 8? I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't always, obviously. Like here we only got 5. Yeah, so it really kind of just depends, but typically you can see about 8 plus, so that's kind of what we're looking for, especially on a decent move. RSI is telling us we got a lot of room to go down. We're at the very top here, or we're at the very top, kind of looking at overbought range, and now we're flipping going down. So we have a lot of range to drop out downwards. Stochs are bottomed though, so we might see a flip here on the Stochs 15-minute. Stochs are typically a little more I don't know, relevant, I guess. So we could see a flip to the upside here as well, break up. Moving on to the 5-minute. The pullback held the 2150 into our 100 ribbon. Stochs cools from overbought and it's trying to reset for long, so we want to dip and curl. I don't know. It's just K over D. Or K is greater than D after less than 60. Not sure what that is talking about. For shorts, we need a failure back under the 5200. So we did cross that 21 just now. It did say we held the 21, which we did, but now we're below the 221 and the 50 and now the 80 as well. Looking for that 100 next and then possible breakdown all the way to the 200 here. We already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 bars already here on the MACD, so we could be looking for a possible flip here. RSI still has a lot of room to go though, so we could look at more continuation down, and you have to remember that the 15 did stay down as well, so This could just be confirming we're going to keep continuing at least for a little bit more of a pullback before we flip back to the upside, maybe come down and retest this 200 here. We'll see. That would also put us below the 15,200, so that'd be a little more scary. Basically, the battle box says bigger picture is healing and intraday favor trends. Upside, if we confirm above the morning volume edge, no confirmation is a chop risk. So, yeah, basically, if we don't get that confirmation above our volume area high, then it's just really going to be a chop for right now, at least. Down trades here, up trades here. We'll see. We've kind of said both ways, really, so far. But we could also get that breakdown. So I don't know. We'll see kind of how the chart plays out as we continue through the morning. But right now, yeah, it's looking a little more down than just at the second at least. Yeah, not really a whole lot other than that. We can go ahead and let's make a battle plan. And a battle plan is just basically just asking the AI to kind of help us look at possible trades for today, just for educational purposes only. But yeah, basically it just helps us kind of see what we could be looking at today, or what possibly the market might do today. So basically you can see we got it tells us all the different levels here, and then it tells us some different plays. So if we're looking for a long or a short, really we need two 15-minute closes above the volume area high or below the volume area low. 50-minute price is above the 21 and 200. 5 minutes above the 221, and you get the Stochs reset on the 5 minute. That's all for longs, and then shorts is basically just the opposite here. Basically, we're waiting for the 15-minute close above our volume area high here. So we're waiting for this chart to come up and get that 15-minute close above twice, and then we'll wait for that retest on the 5 minute and jump into the up trade. Or same thing for the down trade, 2 15-minute closes, retest to take the trade. For longs, the target could be 105.9, so right here below our big fat round number at 106. Or we could be looking at 16.3. So not a whole lot of room here. That kind of put us up near this top here. We'll see if we can break that. Oh, okay. So that was our second target, or that was our first. These are both first target technically. Kind of weird. But our second target is going to be 116.8 or 106.8. So right here. Something like that. And then for our shorts, we're looking at 103. So like basically what I would be looking at is this 24-hour POC, and then the 24-hour volume area low is going to be your short targets. So that 103.4, 103.5 to 102.5 basically. Yeah, and then that's really it. There's no news today, so nothing to worry about there. Just basically watch the charts, jump in whenever it tells us to, and other than that, that's kind of what we're looking at today. So hopefully y'all are having a good one. We will catch y'all hopefully y'all are having a good day. Hopefully trading goes well for you today. Like I said, make sure you check out that recap coming out at 10 o'clock. and like and subscribe. Helps us get out more, get some more people in here checking out our live, talking to us, just learning more. That way we can teach more people more things. But yeah, happy trading to y'all, and we will catch y'all next time. Tomorrow at 8 is our next live, so hopefully we'll see y'all there. Anyways, happy trading. See ya.